All right, today we're doing something a little different. We're not just looking at a dog breed, we're going to try and reverse engineer a champion. Yeah, we are breaking down the actual blueprint for what a lot of people call the world's greatest sheepdog, the Border Collie. So, first things first, right? The Border Collie, its reputation is legendary. It's known everywhere as the premier working sheepdog, the benchmark that all the others are measured against. But here's the thing. This didn't happen by accident. No way. This was all by design. Just look at this dog. Look at that focus, the pure athleticism, that low, powerful way it moves. Every single piece of this animal, and I mean everything from its bones to its brain, is the result of centuries of refinement, all for one single purpose. It really is a masterpiece, just perfectly honed for its job. And that, right there, brings us to the big question. It's one thing to say a dog is great, but what actually makes it perfect for a job? How do you even begin to design the blueprint for a living, breathing, thinking machine? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. Okay, so to really get this dog, you have to get the place that made it. The name Border Collie isn't just a label, it's the whole origin story packed into 2 words. It tells you this dog was quite literally forged in the borders. And we're talking about the rugged, tough borderlands between England, Scotland, and Wales. Now, this is not some gentle, rolling pasture land. No, this is mountainous country with these huge, sweeping moorlands. And the weather? Just bleak. Think wind, sleet, snow, the works. It's a tough, unforgiving place, and it demanded an even tougher dog. So this landscape, it came with a very specific set of problems. A unique job description, if you will. You needed a dog that had the agility to handle mountains, the stamina to cover those massive moorlands, and on top of all that, the smarts to handle sheep that could be nervous or scared or sometimes even aggressive. These were the problems the Border Collie was built to solve. And people knew about this dog's ability. It wasn't some big secret. The very first sheepdog trial was held way back in 1876. By 1906, they had international trials. But get this, look at when they got formally recognized by the kennel clubs. Australia wasn't until '63, and the UK not until 1976. That tells you everything. For this breed, function came first for a long, long time. Which brings us to the absolute core idea here. The breed standard for the Border Collie, it's not a checklist for a beauty pageant. Not at all. It's a blueprint for a high-performance machine. It's the perfect example of that old saying, form must follow function. So this is the worker's blueprint. I want you to look at this skeleton, every single angle, every length of bone. It's all there for a very specific reason. It's all optimized for a dog that has to run for miles, turn on a dime, and just work tirelessly for hours on end. It's simple, really. The structure dictates the ability. And it all kicks off with this one crucial detail, the 10-to-9 ratio. Basically, the body is just slightly longer than it is tall. And believe me, this isn't some random choice to make it look good. This precise proportion is the absolute key to their balance, their stamina, and their incredible agility. It's the secret sauce that allows them to do that famous, stealthy, ground-covering crouch when they're working. And here you can see it perfectly, the blueprint translating directly into action. See how that 10-to-9 ratio lets the dog keep that low, powerful profile? It can move with this incredible grace that doesn't spook the sheep, but it can still apply pressure just by being there. It's amazing. Okay, let's talk about the head for a second, because guess what? It's also a tool. The skull is broad and flat, but the really important part is that the muzzle is strong. And critically, it's the same length as the skull. That 1-to-1 ratio, that's all about balance. It makes sure the head is proportional to the body, so it never gets in the way of movement. Even something like the shape of the eye is functional. The standard specifically asks for an oval eye, and that helps create what they call a mild but keen expression. Now, why does that matter? Well, a round eye can give off this hard or harsh vibe, which can be really intimidating to livestock. So it all comes down to effective, non-threatening communication with the flock. And it's the exact same idea with the ears. They should be semi-erect, sensitive and expressive. Ears that are fully pricked up can create a harsh, almost aggressive look, which is totally the opposite of what you want. These ears are a key part of the dog's finely tuned communication toolkit. Okay, so we've covered the hardware, right? The perfectly proportioned body, the chassis, but what about the software that runs it? Let's dive into the mind of a champion, because that's the temperament that makes all that physical potential actually work. And you bet, the standard is just as picky about the mind as it is the body. We're talking highly intelligent, an instinctive need to work, super responsive to training, and what they call biddable, which just means they're really willing to please. And this is huge. They have to have a stable temperament with absolutely no aggression. Think about it. A sheepdog that turns on its sheep is worse than useless. You know, you could sum up the entire philosophy of this breed with just one sentence from the standard. It's like the ultimate rule. It says, any aspect of structure or temperament foreign to a working dog is uncharacteristic. In other words, if it doesn't help the dog do its job, it doesn't belong. Simple as that. So, where does that leave us today? What does this all mean? Well, it means the breed standard isn't just some dusty old document for judges at a dog show. It's a promise. It's a commitment to preserve a heritage. Yeah, this is about way more than just a show dog. I want you to meet someone. This is Kep. Born back in 1901, he was the international supreme champion 2 years running. This dog is the history. He is the function. Dogs exactly like Kep are the ideal, the legend, that the modern breed standard is designed to protect and preserve. In fact, someone wrote a poem to honor Kep after he died. It goes, "But the shepherd world shall remember you as long as a dog on the hill shall run." I mean, wow. That just captures the deep, profound respect people had for the working ability of these dogs. It's a legacy that wasn't written in books, but right there on the hillsides. So all of this leaves us with one final thought to chew on. We've seen how every single detail of the Border Collie is tied directly to its job. And it really makes you ask, doesn't it? Is the true purpose of a breed standard just about winning ribbons in a ring, or is it something more? Is it meant to be a living blueprint, preserving a priceless history of function for all the generations to come?